So, more is it? Oh, it's afternoon. Um, so Sam Allardyce has declared his interest in the United States job. Um, it'd be interesting if they'd consider him, considering that he has some fallout with the FA still over his dismissal as England boss. Um, where would England be if he was still in charge? I think they possibly might be in a slightly better position than under Southgate. Southgate, I think it's too negative, but I think he's setting up the team not to lose instead of going out to win. Um, and Allardyce had a better career as a league manager than Southgate as well, so I don't understand why Southgate is manager. I think it should either be Stuart Pearce or Allardyce personally, but is what it is. Is he the right fit though for the United States? That's another question. With the style of football that the United States have been playing over the years and with the crop of players they have, and the fact they failed to make this World Cup, it's a shame. I think they obviously missed out because they weren't good enough. And teams like Panama, who've made it for the first time, clearly are. There's still other sides to be decided in playoffs and things like that. But the US clearly weren't good enough to even make it to the playoff level out of qualifying. So it needs a little rebuild job, looks like. They've been at every World Cup apart from this one since, I think, '94, where they hosted. So they haven't missed a World Cup in a while. But they're not the only side to miss out. Holland have missed out as well for the first time in a while. So there are some big names by the wayside. Is Sam Allardyce the right man? I think the FA scandal needs to be cleared up. It really does. Leicester City's obviously now vacant for a management position, and he has been linked to that, and he's denied those rumours. He said he's more interested in international management. I feel sorry for whoever gets taken on full time at Leicester. I really do. They don't give managers a chance. In fact, most Premier League clubs don't. And as I mentioned last night, the only club with any management stability is Arsenal, because they've had the same manager for 21 years. And I may be critical of Wenger and Arsenal at times on this channel, but when it comes to management and player stability, whether he's got a decent squad or not, he still wins trophies with them. Even if it is only the FA Cup, he still qualifies them for Europe. They haven't missed Europe since he's been in charge. They've always qualified. So when he took over, they were struggling somewhat. Where he's taken them, several Premier League titles, the Invincibles era, most FA Cups by a manager in history, constantly qualifying for Europe. He has done something which even Alex Ferguson failed to do. In his first few seasons at Man United, Ferguson won nothing. They were nowhere until much later on. Wenger got trophies quicker than Ferguson. We can debate who's the best manager in British history. Fergie had obviously had a couple more seasons at Man United and had been at Aberdeen, and won trophies there. So we can debate who's the better manager. We really can. My jury's still out on Wenger, but the Leicester City role was open, and Allardyce has said no. He wants to get into international management, but the US has a habit of, apart from Klinsmann, hiring Americans. They have a habit of doing it. And is Allardyce the right fit? Who knows? It is up for discussion. He hasn't been out of the game that long. But this is the early days of the management merry-go-round that is pro football, or soccer if you're American. There's going to be a lot more sackings before the season's done. And honestly, we've still got the World Cup playoffs in November. So more managers could go and more roles could come up, especially in Europe. Allardyce has never coached abroad as well, so will the US take that into account? Possibly. His domestic record as a club coach is brilliant. I'm not disputing that. But the aftermath of the FA, will that affect him going forward? Probably. I'm going to leave that there. Please like and subscribe if you're scrolling your way through. Post your comments below, um, and pose questions about this, because this is Sam Allardyce declaring his interest in his role is nothing new. Managers do it all the time, but should he be given another chance in football considering the scandal he had with the England job? That's the question. I'm not disputing his management skills. I'm just saying that the FA thing cloud. Well, if anyone wants to hire him, club or country, they've got to go. Okay, he has got involved in a bit of negativity there, and an ongoing scandal, because he's threatened to sue the FA over the fact they didn't look at all the evidence before sacking him and how his comments were taken out of context. The fact he was caught in an undercover media sting doesn't look good, but we shall have to see. Um, but his club record speaks for itself. The fact he never won any trophies is irrelevant. The clubs he were at, he took them forward and he strengthened them, and he grew those sides. And he's a more three-dimensional manager than people give him credit for. People think he's just the long ball guy. He's not. Just he worked well with the players he had, and he always finished well with the budgets and players he had. As a motivator, he's a very good manager. He's players manager. So we'll have to see what the future holds. Watch this space based on this story. But the USFA will have to look at the fact he's never coached abroad, out of his own country, and the fact he has an ongoing scandal with being sacked from his last role in acrimonious circumstances. So it's open ended. But thanks for watching, and give you another video soon.